Hey everybody, it's Tom Webster from Sounds Profitable, and it's time for another Data Decoded. Going to talk a little bit this week, a short one I think. I'm on my way down to New York City to talk about podcasting and podcast advertising in front of a group of interested parties in the city. But before I leave, I want to say a word about some of the work I've been doing lately about surveys for some of our partners. One of the things that I do for partners of Sounds Profitable is I'll look at their surveys. They send out audience surveys all the time to get people to tell them what they like and don't like about their podcast, and you know, try to make some plans for the future based upon those preferences. And one of the things that I like to do for our partners is review those, make suggestions, edits, changes, new questions, new areas of insight, that kind of thing. One of the questions I often get asked, and this is relevant to you if you've ever considered doing any kind of feedback mechanism for your audience at any level. One of the questions I often get asked is, you know, once you have a survey and you have a link to take it, whether it's a Google Doc or SurveyMonkey or some other, kind of survey mechanism, where do I post the link? Can I post the link on my website? Can I share the link in social? And I'll give you the advice that I give our partners and research clients that I've had in the past. And that's this: you can do that, but make it a different link to a different survey. Don't just throw everybody all together into the same survey. And I'll tell you why. The best audience you're going to get in terms of an audience that replies to a survey about your podcast are the people that actually listen to your podcast. And the best way to get them is by asking them in the podcast itself, and give them an easy to remember link, you know, the name of your website /survey. I'm sure you can figure that out. But make it something that rolls off the tongue easily, that people can take, and that is only applicable to people that heard it in the podcast itself. And I will tell you from experience that when I have had clients take that same link and share it in social, post it on websites, I've had some posted on banner ads on their website, you get not wrong answers, but different answers. And when you get different answers, you may not know how to square them. And I'll give you a really quick example of that, right? If I were to have a survey for this, for Data Decoded or for the Sounds Profitable podcast, and I would share a link in the audio, I know that people listen to the show. I know that those are people that listen to the show and that they were motivated to share their opinions, and I would treat that accordingly. If I were to share this on Twitter, well, I've got 13,000 Twitter followers. That's not a brag, because I don't have 13,000 viewers of this video, I can assure you. They're going to be different people. They may be people that are motivated to follow me and are very positive, and that may influence how they share their responses. I assume that people don't follow me on Twitter that despise me. So there's always going to be some color, I think, to the responses that you get. And that's doubly true if you just share something on a website. You're really just going to get, the research term for that is randos. So it's not wrong, it's different. And if you can't separate the two, you don't know how to square those differences. So quick bit of advice: anytime you're doing an audience survey, and you may want to sort of juice your numbers by sharing it with your social media fans, sharing it on Facebook, sharing it on Twitter, etc., that's fine, but make sure you do it in a way that you can separate the results, and you might be surprised at how they're different. I'm Tom Webster. This has been this week's Data Decoded from Sounds Profitable. We'll see you next week.